We may not use it as much as we used to, but there is something to be said for a person's penmanship.
In tonight's Made in Our Hometown, Latricia Thomas shows us how one father and son team is making sure the art of writing never goes out of style.
They call their business as the Wood Turds, and this father and son in Flintstone say it's a family tradition they want to pass on. Lewis Reed comes from a family where working with your hands is the norm.
I got started actually by a phone call from my brother in Ohio.
His brother's intent was clear.
He just says, Lewis, you need to get started with a craft.
So with his brother's help, this retired military man learned the art of producing pens.
He said, I'll show you how to turn a pen.
4 years later, Lewis is no novice.
We have probably 35 or 40 items that we make.
He pinned down his son Tim, and now the number of pens the family business is turning out is taking off.
1,500 maybe.
Their raw material comes from all over the world.
We use a lot of exotic woods from around the world, Africa and Asia. South America.
And start out in a small rectangular block.
We drill out with a drill press, put a brass tube inside, let it dry overnight.
Then it's time to turn. That's the term pen makers use when they shape their stock. A lathe rotates the wood as Reed uses tools and sandpaper to shape it.
Looking at wood from a log to what it ends up, what it can be, it's just totally different when you see it when it's been turned round instead of flat. It's just amazing the way the designs come out.
A couple of coats of wax.
And I'll put about 3 different layers on here.
And a quick shine, and the pen parts are ready to add.
I'll take my pen press, push it in there.
Yeah, this is black phonics.
But this process doesn't just make up a business.
There's 3 generations right now.
For this father and son, it's a way to pass on a family tradition.
I can't believe when we was raising him that he would ever fall in line with doing something like this and enjoy it the way that he does. He's an inspiration to me.
And as for Lewis's brother, who pushed him into this pen making hobby?
Oh, every time I call and talk to him, he always says, I want you to know, Lewis, how proud I am of what you're doing.
Lewis Reed retired from the military and usually offers special discounts to veterans who show an interest in his pens at the craft shows where he and his son visit across the Tennessee Valley.